from our perspective, the process we try to automate are typically the processes that most people find really boring anyways. And no one's ever complained about, getting a boring chore taken away from them, right? So I think what we're trying to do is more kind of removing the chores and letting people focus on the things that are more interesting, right? So, I mean, no one likes micromanaging a spreadsheet or whatever it is. Most people want to interact with other people, or, do some more creative stuff, or things along those lines, right? So basically our proposition is to remove the mundane stuff from people's lives. And that in effect can then help people either spend more time on that or take on more work at the same time without feeling that it's, just being overloaded. So very much of what we're trying to do is not just making sure people are efficient, but also making sure people don't burn out, right? So I think, that definitely some philosophies and some companies that will run in that process where they just feel that they need to, we will kill some people on the way, but, as long as we get there, we're cool. I think, that's, maybe on the short term that works, but I think on the long term that probably doesn't work. I think if you look at some of the statistics, you'll definitely see that the productivity goes drastically down. If people continuously work 80 hours a week, it's not really, beneficial, honestly, to anyone, maybe for short stints. So the way we see it is basically we want to just leverage that to help people be more efficient, without them feeling that it's something that's kind of taken over their lives.
Got it. Well, I started out many, many years ago filing bank statements and checks
Exactly.
in a branch of Barclays in London.
Yeah.
That was automated long ago, but I can assure you that was tedious.
Yeah, and I mean that was probably, at that time, you needed to make some money, and that was, a job you could get, right. And to that degree, that's good, but honestly, I think the world is probably better off automating that piece, for instance, right?
I agree with you 100% on that. You're bringing back painful memories of my teenage, my misspent youth. You chose VCs who put a value on your business that was 3 times less than at least one of the other offers you had from another VC.
Yeah.
I'm really intrigued by this. Why did you choose to accept such a relatively low offer?
So I think that's, in the world of startups, right? It's you always hear this concept about smart money versus, just, dumb money or just money or whatever you want to call it, right? I think, there's a time and place for both. I think at the stage we were, where we had that situation, I feel like I wanted to leverage the network and the capabilities that firm had compared to the other ones we got. I think, it was a very, very difficult decision, obviously. And I think, every founder who's been in that situation, it's, it's basically a decision point with, I think, no right answer. You can't really, you can't go back after you've done it, right? And it's really difficult to think which one is the right one. But I think overall, I ultimately believe that you should surround yourself with successful people who have good networks and skills in what you're trying to achieve.